It's 1980s quality you expect at the price you deserve. If water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing. Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. We are keeping an eye on this approaching storm. We're going out. We're getting all the things we need to be prepared in case the electricity goes out, in case the cupboard is empty, and all that stuff. What about the folks in our community that have nothing, the homeless and the people who are really needy? Brothers Keeper has been there for us for so many years, and I'm so proud that you ladies have invited Brothers Keeper. Jessi Miller is in the studio from Ocala Magazine. Good morning, Jessi. How are you?
Great.
Good to see you. And on the other end, Melissa Deskovic. I always say your name wrong, don't I?
Great. It's good.
Is it a ch or is it a k?
Deskovic.
So it's a hard C. Okay,
Yes.
okay. And I'll get your microphone turned on so I can figure out which button it is. There you go. So, yeah, thank you so much, because Brothers Keeper has been doing such good work in our community forever. You know, Robin is one of the biggest supporters, Robin and her mom, of the work that you
Shopping.
do. So,
Shopping
at Brothers Keeper. Yeah,
Donating.
They do
we
appreciate.
donate a lot, and we shop a lot. I know you've been there for decades, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, so in the studio, and let's see, Robin gave me Karen Sear. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning.
Nice. Oh, there you are. And Jason Halstead.
Yes.
Nice to meet both of you. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
So you guys moved.
We're moving.
Or you moving?
Yeah. Well, we're moved,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, we're moved.
And where'd you move to?
We have a new location on Northwest 10th Street. If you know where the Salvation Army thrift store is, or Humane Society thrift store, Bonnie Heath.
Oh, okay.
It used to be, we used to call it the Napa Auto Parts building. It used to be the Napa building there.
That's a large area, isn't it?
A large building. Yeah, it helps kind of facilitate and help support our growing ministry. So we're very excited, yeah.
And it's all one floor this time.
One floor.
The old one had 2 floors.
Correct. One floor, lots of free parking, right? No more meters downtown.
Nice.
Yeah.
Space, no stairs, so it's a great facility.
So, Jessi, I think their old building would make a nice art studio for you.
I think it would make a great space for a lot of things. I think someone has plans for it, and I'm not privy exactly what's going on, but I feel like there are plans underfoot for that building, which is it's a great spot.
It's a nice spot, nice looking building too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were you sad moving out of there?
Yeah, there's a lot of history there.
Yeah.
You know,
How long have you worked there?
I've been a Brothers Keeper for about 2.5 years now.
Yeah. Karen, how about you?
Just about a year.
About a year.
Nice. Well, now it's like thrift store row, right? So you can get customers from one that are shopping in either place. I noticed they always walk back and forth, the Humane Society and the Salvation, right?
Sure, yeah.
So now they'll hop over.
Our prices are cheaper, though.
Oh!
But good
Stop
quality.
there first.
And quality
yes,
items.
we get extremely good quality stuff.
Do you know what you cannot do there? You cannot wait, because the recliners go quick.
Yes.
Know that.
Every time I see a recliner, I say, "Oh, I'll come back tomorrow when I have a few dollars." Forget it. You gotta be. You gotta have your money ready, right?
Recliners and appliances. Appliances go fast.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I'm going to shop for a
So
couch
if you see
soon.
it,
So
you better buy it.
So do you have the same donors all the time? Do you recognize people bringing you things?
We do. We have a lot of faithful donors that come in, and we also see a lot of new donors that haven't even heard of Brothers Keepers, and which shocks us, but
What is the story behind the items that you have that still have the ticket on them? How does that happen? That somebody actually bought something and never used it?
yeah.
That's it. That's all it is. It's not.
Yeah, we just, mark it as a new item, and we try to take off the other store's name so we don't, damage
Oh, really?
yeah. But we do.
And the Brothers Keeper is Christian-oriented.
Yeah, we're a ministry of Blessed Trinity Catholic Church here in town. So we've been serving the poor since 1970. So Brothers Keeper, not only do we, the thrift store is really kind of the hub that supports the ministry, but our greater mission is serving the poor. And so we have an emergency services program to help people who just hit a hard, low spot in their life. They lost a job, they got a health issue, they're behind on a bill, they need food. There's a hurricane that's come, and they've lost all their food in the refrigerator. So we're there to help in those times. And then we also operate the soup kitchen downtown. So anybody can get a nice warm meal any day of the year, 365 days a year.
Wow. So you both have been there a relatively short period of time. What were you doing before that? I'm guessing it was something similar.
No, actually, I was a machinist, making airplane engines.
No way.
Yeah.
Where'd you do that?
Pratt & Whitney in Maine.
Oh, in Maine.
wonderful.
Oh, you retired down here?
Maine, yeah,
Ah.
yeah.
Do you miss it?
Maine?
Yeah.
I miss the beauty. I don't miss the cold, but I miss the beauty.
It is a beautiful place. Do you ever look at an airplane and say, I made that?
Yeah, I said, hey, safe landing.
Subsequently, I've stopped flying.
And what did you do before?
I used to be the school principal at Blessed Trinity School.
Used to be? You're not anymore?
No.
Okay.
Retired.
Are you a teacher? Are you a teacher by profession?
No, I started off as a counselor, actually, school counselor,
Ah.
and then was principal there for about 10 years, and then just God called me to do something different, and here I am.
Okay, but you're still being the counselor, right?
Oh, yeah. Those skills have definitely served me well.
Does that happen a lot where somebody's coming in need and it's more than a couch, it's more than stuff, there's something else and you pick up on it? Does that happen?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes people just want someone to talk to.
Yeah,
They're
they just-
alone, there's no one at home, or
I'm going to come in and talk to you guys.
On in.
Anytime.
We'll figure out what you need.
Wonder how long it'll be.
Psychiatrist.
Wonder how long it'll be before they said,
Yeah, we don't have all the licensure maybe for you, but we can refer you out.
You also have clothing outside of furniture. You have clothing.
Clothing, household items, bedding, anything to have a home function.
And a lot of puzzles, a lot of toys.
Toys, puzzles, yes, and I'll tell you, we've been blessed because we have received a lot of new items from other stores that otherwise would literally have to throw them out. Mm-hmm. Instead, they bring it to us.
Yeah.
So like furniture, like overage or something? Is it, or
We-
just any store that
Well-
like what they're not selling?
Yeah, but we don't get too much furniture from stores.
Gotcha.
I know.
Gotcha.
Oh, most of the furniture comes from the average person who is done with their recliner.
You're going there this afternoon. I can.
He's
see
after
it.
a recliner.
Melissa, is there a food? This is. I'm leading up to something else. So, is there a food that everybody loves that you don't love?
Is there a food that everybody loves that I
You
don't
told us
love?
you're leading
Yeah.
into something because
Honestly, there's certain forms of sushi. I'm like, no.
All sushi
No, I wouldn't say all sushi.
for me.
Me too.
No.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
sushi.
with
About the
you.
texture, I'm not
I'm
a
a-
fan of.
Well, that's how I am about puzzles. I don't understand how anybody wants to buy a puzzle. Why would anybody buy a picture that needs to be put together?
You know why?
It's fun.
Is
No.
it?
Not only that, but it also keeps your mind active.
For
Yes,
sure.
it-
I
it's
used to do
very
them with
I
my
could do
grandma.
something
so
else.
Yeah,
It totally reminds
I'll
me
read
of
a
my
book.
grandmother.
Hey, we need some weeds pulled.
To each his own, right?
Now, like, I would do it now with my kids. We love it, but my cats. Mm-hmm. So
Oh, yeah, they love
it's-
puzzles.
You have to do it in one sitting, which is not likely. So you can't, like, you have a puzzle table just sitting up there.
I do not
the cats,
have that.
Cats put the stuff down, and so then
I love
it's gone.
cats.
And,
Isn't that the great thing? I had a cat that would not let things stay on the table. Remember I had a cat?
Yeah.
She pushed everything off. No matter what it was, she'd push it down.
Mm-hmm.
So are you ever surprised by the things people bring in? What's the test to say, yes, we'll sell this? What's the test?
Would I buy it, right?
Oh, really?
No, we do. I mean, we get lots of good quality stuff, but occasionally we get the spring cleaning cleaned out my garage, and instead of going to the dump, I'll just
Oh, really?
combine
Dump it
it.
here.
So we don't get a whole lot of that, but we do get some.
Do you know?
stuff.
So I'm just going to tell you this so that maybe there's a story you can tell us. When my mom passed away, she had so much stuff in her house. I didn't know what to do with it, and there was a place on her corner. And it wasn't Brothers Keeper. It was something similar to what you do. And I just gave them so much that they were so happy to get this stuff. Yeah. So.
Absolutely.
that
we
happens
do
a
that.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also have children's clothing.
Oh, absolutely.
As well as adult
And
clothing
our
for men
children's
and women.
clothing is quite inexpensive because we all know it's tough to raise kids these days, and so we're trying to help out in that aspect by lowering the prices on our children's clothing.
We're probably making an assumption that everybody knows what Brothers Keeper is. So let's explain what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Brothers Keeper is the outreach ministry of Blessed Trinity Catholic Church. So again, to help the poor and the needy however we can. And so again, we've kind of focused on the thrift store, which is important because it supports our ministry and it makes sure that all of our operating costs are covered. And that way, anybody who donates to Brothers Keeper whether by financially or resources, 100% of those proceeds go to help the poor and the needy at the time. So we help with utility assistance, we help with food, we help with furniture, we help with clothing, we help with prescriptions. If people are in need of transportation to and from a job or work, we sometimes get bicycles and we can help provide them transportation.
Nice.
And everything else. One of the things we've kind of spun off and kind of focused on is helping those who just don't have a place to stay, the homeless. And so we have a partner agency that is in the process of developing some affordable housing for those who were previously homeless or at risk of homelessness. So that the name of that organization is Saving Mercy. And they recently bought a motel and RV park in Ocala and are in the process of redeveloping that to put in some apartments and some small houses that could be used to house people as well.
Wow. Give us an idea, Karen, about the price difference. So something that you might, a shirt, how much would a shirt be?
A T-shirt is $1.
$1! Yeah.
Dress shirt could be $2 to $4, depending, the.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like most of our toddler clothing and infant clothing is 50 cents a piece.
Oh, that's great.
That's cool. We have a friend who has Down syndrome. He's 54, 55 years old. Mm-hmm. And when his brother died, he had no suit to go to the funeral in. So we went, I don't mean to bring up a competitor, but we went to Goodwill over here.
Yeah.
And we got him dressed for like $20 and he looked sharp. It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
a jacket and shoes, everything. It was unbelievable.
Tie, shirt.
So
Yeah,
the ministry part of what you do really hits me right, where it should. So do you have any success stories? Somebody who was really, really needing your help and then they turned their life around and now they're helping you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of our role, is to give people a hand up. And I think probably the best success story would be those people who are now volunteers and serve the community along with us, who were once in need of help.
Oh, is that right?
They came in and just hit a tough spot, needed help with this or that, and now they're here volunteering for us and serving others in the same way, giving back.
I'm an example of that.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You are?
Yes, I am.
Tell me your story.
Well, I'm disabled. That's how I ended up leaving Maine. But I was down on my luck in between homes, and I needed some food. And I came to Brothers Keepers, and they helped me with everything I needed help with. I mean, I just was so blessed to have them there at this time that, to me, that's where the rest of my life's going to be.
See, now, somebody so smart like yourself, I mean, you're building airplane parts. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And then something happened. Yeah, that's anybody. Any of us could have this happen to them, right?
That's why we cannot judge.
What's the saying there? But by the grace of God.
By the grace of God, yes.
Yeah.
Go on.
I think it's a big lesson that we all have to get right now. Homelessness has such a stigma to it still, and even just hard times, or even just obviously our economy is just going all around in circles all the time. So yeah, I mean that's just the big lesson, I think, is that it can happen to anyone.
How did you select the Bible verses on the back of the Brothers Keeper shirt?
Well, we just want to kind of convey, the shirts are for volunteers and for those who are going to the houses to do furniture pickups, and just want to kind of subtly and sometimes not so subtly convey, why do we exist? Why are we here, right? We're responding to Jesus Christ's call to serve our brothers and neighbors, and reminder that whatever we do for the least of our brothers and sisters, we do it for Him. And so what more motivation do you need than to serve? So just a reminder, because sometimes we are helping, actually about 96% of the time we're helping people who aren't part of our church or part of a church. And so we're evangelizing and just passing on, those works of mercy.
Jason, you're a very good speaker. Do you see yourself being a pastor someday?
No. Well, in the Catholic Church, it'd have to be a priest.
Priest.
So.
Oh, you don't want to do that. I don't blame you.
My wife and children probably wouldn't like that.
Got it. Oh, isn't that the? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is the best.
But
Why do they have that
goal.
rule? This is a crazy rule.
When you were downtown, you had those huge bay doors, and then when we would come up to bring our items, you have the nicest people that works in the collection area. If we couldn't get things out of the vehicle, they will come down and help. And
Well, that's another thing we're doing now. We have a side door that we're going to have our drop-offs, where people that want to drive up and donate.
Oh really?
And we're going to have somebody manning the station, or woman, the station and go out and actually help. So a lot of the elderly that want to donate have a hard time bringing stuff in, so we'll go out and get it and take it in for them.
Can you go over what it says on the back here, the emergency services and who's eligible and all that? I find that real interesting. I'd like the listeners to know that.
Sure. Well, we are, again, kind of focused on helping people when they hit a hard time, but we don't want to create a dependency. We want to help people become independent and be successful in their own right. So we have certain expectations as far as documentation. We want to see ID. We want to see Social Security, because we do track the help we provide. And so there are certain things that we give out. Let's take, for example, utility assistance. We'll help you once every 12 months, but we're not an agency set up to where you can come every month to get your power bill paid.
Well, that's smart, actually, because people can take advantage of things like that. Yeah,
it does happen. Yeah, so we just have some guidelines that we abide by, and that makes it easier for everyone who needs help. Okay, well, I know what I can expect and how frequently I can get that help, and it helps our interviewers be consistent as well. So we're treating everyone the same.
And also, if they don't have their IDs, we inform them of where they can go to get a free ID.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, it's our belief, well, my belief anyway, that if they have their ID and their Social Security card, then they can still get a job. But if they don't come in with it, and it's a continuing thing, then they're unable to get a job without those. And so we kind of like limit, we'll help you once, but next time get these things, because we're informing you that you can get these items free.
So let's say somebody comes into you, and I'm not trying to be funny here, but they pull out their smartphone, and you say, wait a minute, how can you afford a smartphone?
Exactly.
Do you talk to them and say...
We're not there to judge.
I like that answer. Good for you.
Although it makes you wonder, what we do is sit down and say, maybe you could have gotten, one of the free phones through Lifeline, or, that would save that much money every month. That would help you to better your situation.
Yeah, part of the interview process includes asking the applicant to write down their budget. And so we go line by line. What are you bringing in?
Okay.
What are your expenses? So if we see an obvious place where someone is spending far less than what they bring in, and then they're asking us for help, we ask questions, leading questions, just to kind of verify that the limited resources we have, we need to make sure that the people who need it most are getting those, and we don't want people to take advantage. But we also want to help counsel people. Sometimes people come in and they're not able to budget properly, but their cable bill is $250 a month.
Oh.
Right? So maybe there's some places where we can say, hey, maybe if you cut this, you might be able not to be in such dire straits on your pay for your medication or whatever. So we try to make informed decisions to help people and to guide them.
Cable TV is like puzzles for me. I don't need it.
Yes.
I don't need it.
I feel like internet is necessary now, though. Do you feel like it's becoming like,
It's almost a way of life now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But there are
You apply for
programs too,
everything online.
There's different avenues. You don't always have to have the best.
So how can we help
Sure,
you,
sure.
aside from bringing you things? What can we do? As a radio station and as individuals, what can we do?
Well, right now we've gone through quite a bit of cash to do the move and upgrade our services and stuff. So any monetary donations would be wonderful. Any donations at all, whether it be furniture, clothing, household items. But we also need more volunteers because we're much larger. And we truly could use some volunteers. And it's very rewarding because it makes your heart smile. It just makes you feel so good inside. So if you're a person,
You got an accent. I thought you said it makes your heart smile. I had to translate it in my head.
Park my car.
You park your car. It made my heart smile because my heart was smiling earlier.
Let me put it to you this way. We serve about 6,000 people in the emergency services program. We serve about 86,000 meals at the soup kitchen.
Wow.
And that's about 240 a day, and we have 3 paid employees. So we are largely reliant on the hundreds of volunteers. Without them, we cannot serve our ministry. So we're always looking for people who are lots of retirees who have time to give and skills to give. We have students who help us when they can, summers and weekends. So definitely need help with monetary, but also just the people who want to serve with us.
How old do you have to be if it's for a student?
We like them to be around 8th grade, so 14 or so,
Oh, okay.
or older.
And those volunteer hours can also be applied to the scholarships.
Absolutely,
For
they get
their
credit for
schools.
schools and stuff, yeah.
Some of-
We even take in community service workers,
Oh, that's wonderful.
yeah.
Jason, I have an idea for you.
Name it.
Take that voice, make a 30-second public service announcement, bring it to every radio station. You don't even have to bring it, just do an email. But make sure you call them or visit them so that they, because we get a million of them all the time.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
And if they know that there's something that they can do just by pushing a button, and it'll help you with what you do, I think you'll get a lot of help. And then you'll have the community kind of more aware of it, kind of like we do with the blood center. They give blood donations, that kind of thing.
Right.
How are you preparing for the hurricane now, since you have to feed the people?
Sure, yeah. Well, we work with a couple different agencies. So we work with the Catholic Charities out of Central Florida. So we're a distribution center for them, for our local area. And then we also work locally with Marion County EOC, with Salvation Army, Interfaith, United Way, the county, on kind of providing the supplies people need after the storm. So, for example, Irma, that we're all thinking about Irma right now, we gave out water and ice and food, and so we're just in the process of planning on how we can respond to the needs of those who are affected by the storm, particularly those in the outer reaches of the county. Fort McCoy, Ocala, Citra. That's where we really focused our efforts last time.
Who did the mural of Jesus on your wall? Is that
I don't know. That predates me. It's beautiful, though, isn't it?
Jessi, do you know?
I don't know.
Doesn't that look nice?
I've been in there. I've been in there a few times. We did some research once for a story. It is nice.
Isn't it
I don't
amazing
know.
some of the murals that we have in Ocala?
Yeah.
That's amazing. You drive around.
And then here on this page too, so in addition to like money and furniture and volunteer hours, I just see this like some of our most needed items in the soup kitchen, spices, dressings and oils, canned fruits, canned soups. I see like white egg noodles and iced tea mix and things. So I mean, there's so many things I think that people could
I have an
contribute
idea.
with.
At Spencer
Yeah.
Gifts, they got these gag spoons with a hole in them. I mean, just for a laugh. I'll bring it in.
All right, Larry's coming into the soup kitchen
you
to
been
work and
starving
give
for a
people.
You need a chuckle now and then, right?
Can you let us know the address of the soup kitchen and the address again of the retail store?
Yeah, the new store is located at 320 Northwest 10th Street, and the soup kitchen is in the Interfaith Complex, and that's at 435 Northwest 2nd Street.
So if at the church you have like recording equipment, or if you want to come in here and bug us, we'll let you sit in the production room, make a little 30-second something, and
Yeah, I'll take you up on that.
yeah,
That'd be perfect.
Absolutely.
Be great. Thank you.
Beautiful.
In the old days, we used to have to take a reel-to-reel tape and drive it all over town. Now, just put it in the email. Everybody has it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for what you're doing. I want a quick question about the holidays, which is not that far off, really. Do you have any special needs for the holidays that people typically? I'm guessing toys is a big thing, right?
We do. We provide food for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we also collect toys to give out. So, for example, last year we gave out toys to about 462 children here in Marion County. Wow. We partnered with Toys for Tots, so we were one of the agencies that helped distribute for them. And food-wise, we gave out about 160 bags of food and money for turkeys for Thanksgiving, and about 300 at Christmas time.
Is that right? Wow.
So, but we're very blessed. This is a very giving community, and we're hoping the same for this year with food and toys. Absolutely.
Yeah. It is a very giving community. The secret is to let them know that you have a need.
Yeah.
Then they do show up. They show up at your door. So everybody show up at Brothers Keeper.
Absolutely. I'm shopping.
Did you guys do an article on Brothers Keepers?
Yes, of course. Yes, that was in our issue. Are we in August? We're
August
still in
issue.
August for a minute. Yeah, it's in our August issue. And
Well, we're not open yet, though. Next week.
next week.
Okay.
We just got cleared by the fire marshal yesterday.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Okay.
We've been by that store looking on the progress,
Yes.
and I'm really excited. I can't wait till see you do inside.
Looking at either Friday, the 6th of September, or the Monday, depending on what the storm does, the Monday, the 9th.
How you
And-
doing now, Karen? How are you? You okay?
Hi.
You doing good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Good. You like Florida? Is this going to be your first hurricane?
No,
No. Okay.
no. No,
Hurricanes
been
come
there,
to
done
Maine.
that. I used to go work the hurricanes after, with tree work and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
wonderful. And if somebody does have a need, and you have a phone number that they can call to speak to someone to set up an appointment to come down?
Yes, once we're open, we don't actually take appointments. You just come during our hours. We provide assistance Monday through Friday from 9 to 4, and our stores open the same. So you just need to show up. The phone number is 352-622-3846.
Excellent.
I'm sorry, I was just going to say, and we encourage people to keep calling that number, because on that recording or live answer, we'll let you know when we're officially opened.
Excellent.
Karen and Jason, thank you for the work you've chosen to do. You make the world a better place.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have getting to know you. And
pleasure.
and Jessi and Melissa, you two ladies, beautiful. Thank you so much for doing what you do too.
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robin.
All right, we'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
This is a special hurricane preparedness alert. Hurricane Dorian is now a Category 2 storm and is forecast to intensify into a powerful Category 4 storm, posing a major threat to Florida. Coastal communities are urged to begin evacuation immediately. Dorian will slow down as it approaches Florida, causing coastal flooding and extensive beach erosion. Most models show Dorian passing directly over Ocala and Marion County. If you live in an area prone to flooding, residents can get sandbags from Wrigley Field, Bellevue Sports Complex, and Denellen City Complex through 7 p.m. In Ocala, pickup will be available at the Riley Arts Center and the Ed Krosky Recreation Center. Highway Patrol troopers will be escorting deliveries of food, fuel, and other supplies, and workers at the Central Florida Zoo in Sanford are making sure the zoo is hurricane ready to protect and care for their 400 animals. This has been a special hurricane preparedness alert from The Source, WOCA.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including our zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish. Also available, stump grinding, rototilling, and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Howell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy.